what was going on in the month of June, but it was actually one of my worst reading months. I went almost an entire week without reading a book, but there was some good reads in the few that I did read. So in total, I read 6 books. Let's go through them all and what I thought about them. The first book that I picked up in June was Rewinded Back by Liz Tom Ford. I read that on my Kindle. And I do blame this book, I think, for the slump that I was in the rest of June. But this book was so amazing. I gave it 5 stars. No notes. This book followed Rio, and just his love story was actually the best thing to tie the entire series together. Then, since I was in such a reading slump, I was like, what else can I read? And then I was like, you know who never fails me? Elsie Silver. So I read the final book, which was Hopeless in the Chestnut Spring series. I don't know why I've been putting off this book so long. I feel like everybody, this is their least favorite book, but I loved it. I loved Bo and Bailey. I thought they were so cute. I gave this book 4.25 stars. Next up, I read The Tenant by Frida McFadden, also on my Kindle. This book was meh for me. Frida McFadden, I feel like there's like the god tier Frida McFadden books. And then this one was kind of a letdown for me. I ended up giving it 3.25 stars. It was good, but then it got kind of boring, I'm not even gonna lie. So for that reason, meh. After that, I ended up picking up One Last Stop. This was my pick for Pride Month. I've had this book on my TBR and on my shelf for like the last 2 or 3 years. So I was like, now is her time. And it was okay. I gave it 3.5 stars. The story itself was cute, but I do think it was very long for what it needed to be. And then my last 2 books, I just felt like this was near the end of the month. I was like, I just need some good, hard hitting books. And I was like, what can I pick up? Cowboy romance. I decided to continue the Rebel Blue Ranch series. I read Swift and Saddled. Again, I feel like everybody like hates on this book, but I loved it. I gave it 4.25 stars. I loved Ada. I felt like I connected with her so much. Then the last book that I read in the month of June was Lost and Lassoed, also on my Kindle. I didn't have the physical copy of this yet, but I will be ordering it. This is the 3rd book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. This follows Teddy's story, and I loved it. It was giving Heartless by Elsie Silver, but in a slightly different font, and I ate it up. And those are all the 6 books that I picked up in the month of June. Overall, was a decent reading month. We didn't have any DNFs, but it could have been better. I'm really hoping that July we just get a new inspiration, but hopefully we have some good ones.